I'm Isabel, that's Chini and that's Nia, and today, I know it's 8 a.m. or it's 9:20, and probably I'm very tired, and like when I was in secondary school, I hated assembly so much because it was so early in the morning. But I think today's assembly is going to be very different. Today, we are from the Smoking Society of Singapore, and we will be sharing with you about underage smoking. So, I heard from Mrs. Lee that you are secondary 3, right? So today, before I start, we will be talking more about. Okay, so today before we start, we will ask you to imagine a scenario with us. Okay, so hold your stick in your hand like that, like how you would a cigarette. Okay, so imagine with me. So imagine with me. Okay, so with the stick in your hand, you listen to your friends taunt you to put the stick in your mouth, and you put it in. You have to put it in your mouth and to smoke. And you don't like the smell, but you do it anyway because you want to be part of the friend group, right? So you put it in your mouth and you choke a little on the smoke. You choke a little on the smoke, and but it's all worth it because you're part of the friend group now. And then so because you're part of the friend group now, you think oh hey, I want to be part of, I want to do more, I want to smoke more. So you continue smoking with them, and then you realize that hey, smoking is not that bad. It gets you a little high, and then you're stressed from streaming year, so it helps you relieve the stress. You're not as stressed anymore. You feel a little more calm and collected all the time, and you like yourself like that. So you realize, okay, it's not that bad, I don't mind smoking. So eventually you ask your friends, how do I get more cigarettes? Because cigarettes are so expensive, right? And I'm only Sec 3, how am I going to get the money to get cigarettes? So it's okay. I'm going to ask my friends. So you ask your friends, hey, where do I get the cigarettes? Then your friends tell you, okay, I'll be a supplier, or they give you a name of a store that gives you cigarettes even though you don't have your ID, or you steal from your dad's stash, or you go to Orchard Road and you beg for cigarettes because people give cigarettes there right now. And so then you ignore all the health impacts and you ignore all the health warnings that cigarettes are going to kill your lungs and kill your body, and you do it anyway because you want to be part of the friend group and you kind of like it now. And then you realize that you experience so much shortness of breath, you cannot breathe properly sometimes, you have chest pains most of the time, you're coughing, you have sore throat all the time. But the worst thing is the worst thing is that the only thing that helps is smoking another stick. And so, okay, you can put your cigarettes down now. That is quite disgusting. Okay, so the thing about it is that in Singapore, 750,000 of people smoke. And in this 750,000, that's 750,000 too many. And in that 750,000, 95% of them start the habit of smoking before the age of 21. And 80% of them are currently smokers now. Or currently teenage smokers now, sorry. And in that that number, 95%, 90% of them get their cigarettes from their parents and their friends, and they get influenced by them. So I'm going to bring you this statistic about the top 3 causes of death in Singapore, which is cancer, more specifically lung cancer, pneumonia, and heart diseases, which are all related to tobacco use. So tobacco use kills about 5.4 million of people every year, and that means 1 person every 6 seconds. And so with that, you think your parents would be okay, I'm going to stop my child from smoking, and we're going to install smoke-proof walls so that they're not exposed to the smoke. Or you see your friend beside you and you'll be like, hey, I don't want my best friend to be smoking, so I don't want them to smoke. But the thing is that 80% of all these people that are smoking, they get their cigarettes from their loved ones. And so we're not stupid, right? We know that smoking kills, and the statistics of smoking kills, but then we still do it anyway. So how can we stop this, and how do we stop ourselves from doing it? How do we stop our friends from smoking? So now, after sharing about all the dangers about smoking and the statistics about smoking, let me ask everyone a question.
Do you know of any peers who are smokers, those who are around the same age as you? So I see some heads nodding, right? Okay, now imagine the situation. What if you are being offered a cigarette? What will you do? Would you smoke?
No.
Okay, so most of you say no, right? Most of you shake your heads. But the problem is, there are youths like yourselves who will say yes. So every day, all of you spend a huge amount of time in school studying with your friends. Like right now, you're in school studying with your friends, having lessons. And sometimes, even after school, you have lunch or study outside with your friends as well. So with this interaction with your friends every day, sometimes when your friend offers you something, it becomes hard to reject because of the peer pressure. So think about it. When your friend offers you a cigarette, is it becoming very hard to say no since you're so close to them? It's possible to say no, right? So now, you may be questioning how easy or how difficult it is for someone to get addicted to smoking. So according to research, it's been found that all a person needs is 10 seconds before he or she gets addicted to nicotine, which is found inside the cigarette. So 10 seconds is such a short amount of time. Just take a look at this GIF. It's 10 seconds. 10 seconds is such a short amount of time as compared to the number of seconds in a day, in a week, or in a month. But 10 seconds, it is all it needs to get someone addicted to smoking, addicted to nicotine, and addicted for the rest of their lives. So 10 seconds is such a short and important period of time. So now in Singapore, it is illegal to purchase cigarettes if you are below 19 years of age. The law has been recently adjusted and the smoking age limit has been increased from 18 years old to 19 years old. So besides the legal means of going to a store which doesn't check or asking in Orchard Road strangers for cigarettes, how else do you think youths are actually getting their cigarettes? How else do you think? Yeah, correct. So maybe from parents. So research has also shown that if there is a parent in the family who smokes, it's highly likely that their children will become a smoker too. So since young, we live with our parents. We spend lots of time with our parents. We grow up watching our parents and following their actions. We take them as our role models. So when there's a parent in the family who smokes, there's a tendency that as their children, you'll pick up the habit of smoking as well. Imagine when you grow up and become a parent in the future. You want your best for your children, right? You don't want them to pick up bad habits of smoking, etc. But let's say when you smoke, you're actually affecting your own health and also that of your loved ones, maybe your children as well. So certainly you don't want your children to pick up the bad habit, right? So now take a look at this little boy. This didn't happen in Singapore, but this happened to this little toddler who's just 2 years old and he's already smoking. So the news reported last year that he smokes 40 cigarettes a day. And this is his mom lighting up his cigarette for him. The mom has no choice but to light up the cigarette because the boy is so addicted to smoking. So one possible way that youths are getting their cigarettes now is actually to take it from their parents, maybe from their closets or from the drawers, without their parents knowing. So once they take the cigarettes, once they obtain it, they are able to share it with their friends. So this is one way that youths are getting their cigarettes and sharing all around, and this is how they pick up the habit of smoking.
Okay, so you've heard of why it's important that we fix this issue, and you've heard of the factors why. So you may be thinking now, what can I do? As a 15-year-old, I'm just so powerless with no authority over anyone or anything. I'm just so small in this very big world. There's nothing I can do to change. Well, I'm here to prove you wrong. Every small action will never be insignificant. We hate it when our parents nag at us. Teachers can be quite scary at times, and everything on TV is just propaganda. But friends understand us best. Same age, same worries, same perspectives. I'm pretty sure everyone has at least 1 to 2 friends which we can really trust and confide in. We all know how big of an influence friends have in our lives. So now let's lift up our cigarettes again. If you all need a refill.
Okay, now you imagine.
Yeah. Okay, now try raising your cigarettes and do the same thing. Mimic the action of smoking like how you've seen on the streets or on TV shows. Now look to your left and right. You see your classmate, your friend, your best friend, smoking and puffing away. Cool, bro. Does he or she look cool? No. How does this actually make you feel? Are you worried? Are you angry? Are you disappointed? Okay, you can put it down now. Thank you. Translate these feelings into showing concern. Can you imagine if you're going through a difficulty in your life and your friend just decides to make assumptions and decides to leave you in the lurch? I'm sure we won't like that feeling. So try to understand where your friend is genuinely coming from and what drove them to make this decision. Empathy is the key word here. And don't be afraid to share with them how you feel. I assure you that your opinion matters. We all need a wake-up call sometimes. And we need it from someone who can be direct with us. Friends can easily be the most honest with each other. Pat your friend on the back and let them know that they're not alone in this. Spend more time with each other. After all, smoking is one of the hardest habits to quit, and it won't be an easy nor a fast process. Now you may just be thinking, whatever I'm sharing with you now is just an ideal situation, it's actually never gonna work. This is my friend Kakiet, and she has successfully managed to persuade Rachel to quit smoking. And all this happened when they were all your age, secondary school kids. So, it was very difficult for Kakiet was always there for Rachel. She was always there to listen to her worries, and as well as she was very patient whenever Rachel relapsed. And this really helped Rachel come back up on her feet. And one important factor was actually introducing a hobby which they could both do together, and this was actually rock climbing. Through an active lifestyle, Rachel firstly was distracted, and she no longer had to seek comfort from cigarette smoking, and she could go to rock climbing. And secondly, after a while, she became motivated to quit smoking because she saw the positive effects quitting smoking helped in her rock climbing skills. Rachel could only do this with Kakiet's unwavering support, and if she could do it, so can you. Smoking is an unnecessary social issue we experience today. So, as youths, we have so much of life ahead of us. We don't have to ever start, and much less start now. So let us all now raise our cigarettes. And let's pledge to never start and to always help those around us to show that we care. At the count of 3, let's break them together.
Oh.
Is everyone ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yay!
Let's always be the change we wish to see in this world. Thank you for your attention.
Questions, please.
Y'all can eat already.
Is the Kakiet and Rachel story really true? Alright.
But I changed their names and I asked them for permission.
Okay, that's fine, but
Are you guys the Singapore Smoking Society?
Yes, we are. We are raising awareness about the smoking situation in Singapore.
Okay, because I thought your name would be Anti-Smoking Society.
Oh, yeah, anti-smoking.
Our campaign is called Tobacco. No. It's like tobacco but no pigs.
have any of you guys like successfully persuaded someone to stop smoking?
I have. I think, okay, so in secondary school I had a friend, her name is Jasmine. So she decided to, she smoked because her father was smoking. So I told her a lot of times. So her father, the relationship with her father was very estranged. So they weren't very close. But she still picked up smoking from her father. And so I think over time, I think after talking to her for a while, and she went to Ngee Poly, so I didn't see her very much. But after like talking to her for a while and like actually, I think I managed to convince her that smoking was really bad. And like I think also like bringing her and letting her see like the future and her future ahead if she continues smoking, like how her family will be affected and how, because she knows smoking is bad. So most smokers they know that smoking is bad. They just don't want to see it for themselves at the present time. So they feel like, okay, like I smoke now, then next time I won't smoke anymore, or like I'll be able to quit very easily. But it's not true. Addiction doesn't work that way. Yeah. So I think like if you ask me if like it's easy to like get them to not smoke, I think not easy, but perhaps the most efficient way would be to show them that like it affects their future and it affects the people around them, their loved ones as well, and that it's bad lah, and that they know it's bad. So.
How will you navigate in like if a school has like a lot of smokers. Like my school actually we grew plants, and these smokers were actually like during like recess break they will, after smoking they'll rub their hands with the plants to get rid of the smell, like that kind of level of smoking. So how do you think a student in that kind of school can navigate through, like not being influenced? And like you mentioned just now, like it hurts their loved ones as well, but what if their loved ones are the ones encouraging this kind of behavior?
I think the most important step would be to first, like say, educate your loved ones. Maybe have like a meet the parents session, so that you can tell the parents, initiate them and motivate them to convince their children that they should do something about it. So besides that, you also need to identify, let's say, ambassadors in the school or maybe school counselors who promote non-smoking, anti-smoking. So from there, maybe because it's like the same level, treat them as peers as well. So the student counselors may take up the initiative, may take up the leadership and convince the rest of their peers or classmates not to smoke.
To add on, I think such an issue, if it's so blown up that there's so many of you are smoking, I'm sure the school would have noticed. And I think at this point, the school can do something about it. And I think one thing they could do is to really invite campaigners like us to go and share with them the negative effects, and also to let those people who don't want to smoke know that it's okay not to smoke, it's not cool or anything.
Why do you choose like specialties? Is it Sec 3? So like why not Sec 4 like Sec 1?
I think our target audience was more like secondary school.
But Mrs. Lee gave us actually, so no choice.
I think the main problem is addiction, like you all mentioned. So how do you think we could tackle that? Because once you become very addicted to like smoking, it's not easy to just like educate them against it. Yeah.
I think there can be, I think encouraging someone to quit smoking is not just a one-person thing. There are many actors involved. So right now we're trying to convince people that as friends you have a power to do something. For example, introduce hobbies or spending more time together to distract them. But I think on a deeper level, maybe if you want to fix the root cause of the issue, you have to bring in your parents or counselors.
I think to add on, addiction as a whole is like, okay, so like I've learned before that addiction has like 5 stages, and so like in there are 5 stages. There's like pre-contemplation that before to change, contemplation to change, then like to carry on. So I think at this point of time, most of the people and most of the smokers, they are at the pre-contemplation stage that they don't want to change yet, and the only reason why they want to change is that for their friends and their families. So I think really is to like bring in their loved ones to show them the like severity of the problem, and to inspire them to want to change in the first place.
I think besides that, you need something like an activity to occupy the smokers. So take for instance my grandfather, even though it's not underage, right? My grandfather has been smoking maybe since he was like an adult already. So it's been more than like 60 years. It's hard for him to keep the habit. But then because now he's an elderly, he goes to sometimes the elderly daycare centers for activities, for elderly activities, and this occupies his time. So there will be people like supervising him, and he won't be able to smoke because he has something to do. Otherwise at home, he may just wander out and go smoke. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.